Hey there. This video is going to be about vacuum formed canopies. And I know these things are generally despised, and that kind of makes sense because it's the only kind of aftermarket stuff that I really like. The only aftermarket stuff that I will go out of my way to buy and get special equipment for are vacuum formed canopies. So there you go. Now, what used to be in this spot here on this sheet of mini Spitfire canopies is one for a Mark 9, and I'm going to use the center section, the sliding section, on this Eduard kit. And you can see that that Falcon, really a great little company down there in New Zealand. Falcon has provided the canopy in 3 parts. And here we are with the center section cut out. And now I'm going in for the, actually trim it up to use it. Now you notice that I cut from below, turn it around, cut from below towards the top, from the bottom to the top. I find that a lot easier. Everything that I'm doing while I'm cutting these little slivers of plastic away is the result of years of experience. And if it looks to you like I'm just randomly cutting, that's fine. But if you really want to study what I'm doing and learn how to do this yourself, I believe that's possible. I recall the first time I ever watched a professional accountant using an electronic spreadsheet. I was flabbergasted. This has been many years ago. And just watching a professional work with it taught me a huge amount. So my hope is that for all of y'all who are, for one reason or another, morally opposed to vacuum formed canopies, it's not that you're afraid of them or intimidated or anything. Hopefully you'll see what I'm doing and you'll really get something out of it. Now the scissors I'm using have thin blades, and this is kind of a specialized piece of equipment. And these scissors, for various reasons, I don't know why, are difficult to acquire. What I would like to do right now is tell you that I got these scissors from XYZ company and so on, but I don't think I did. I don't know where I got them. I've done a pretty thorough search, but I can't find out. But the important thing about them is that they have thin blades, and I'm talking about, if you just look at them, you can see that the blades are not thick pieces of metal. They're thin. That's what I mean by thin. I'm trimming away sliver by sliver. I'm not trying to cut the whole thing away at once. In life, one of the most important lessons you can learn is to take things step by step and do not bite off more than you can chew. Take only as much as you can handle at one time. Small, incremental steps. Now, the worst problem with these canopies, I think the one that throws people a lot, is that it's difficult to see. I mean, even with my new camera here, it's pretty tough to see exactly what I'm doing. And it doesn't get a heck of a lot easier if you're sitting there looking at it with your Mark 1 eyeballs. Really hard to see. That's why a certain amount of this depends upon feel. You're running that blade over the edge, feel some resistance. You know that you're dealing with a tiny sliver of plastic, kind of a fringe of plastic that's hanging out there in space. And you're going to remove that. Now, I find the scissors, if you have an acceptable pair of scissors that'll work, God knows the Fiskars company is not doing us any favors here. They quit making the good ones. I had a pair of their scissors that worked really well, and like I said, I misplaced them. These, though, are not bad. They're not bad at all. I have no idea where they came from. But you're going to have to go out there in the cold world and find some scissors like this if you're going to do this. I wish I could provide a link, but I can't. Then you'll notice that little fringe just shrinks every time. And as it shrinks away, as I trim away each tiny sliver, the whole problem magically becomes less difficult. What I'm working on begins to look more and more like what I'm hoping it will look like. Trim away another little sliver, looks more like what I'm trying to get. It's a process that can be applied to virtually anything. Unfortunately, especially in the USA, we have a cultural bias against the idea of doing things slowly. It's one of the reasons I love model plane building. I love the plastic model kits so much because it is something that you're a lot better off doing slowly. Slower the better. Which is why it bugs me so much when I see these videos when the kit gets assembled and everything's done in 10 minutes. 20 minutes tops. 20 minutes, it's like, whoa. All right, now I'm feeling away with my finger there. I'm feeling that little fringe. And in many cases, it's feel, not eyesight, that's going to provide you with the most information about exactly what you need to do with the scissors. And I don't use any other tool until I'm right close to the absolute final steps. And then I may use sandpaper or a knife or a file. But only when the very tiniest corrections need to be done. Anything major gets the scissors. You take the scissors and gnaw away at it. Tiny, tiny incremental changes. What you're going to be aiming for at this point, and what I'm going to do, it does require some determination. You got to quit when you're not quite at the point where you feel like you're done. You've got to quit right at the point where you feel like I'm just a little bit short of where I want to be. I haven't trimmed off everything I want to trim away. You've got to quit a little bit early. Give yourself a breather and go back and check it. Now I'm going to put it on the model right here to see what it looks like and make sure that it's not. This vac-formed canopy wasn't made for this kit, so we got to check it. Now I'm going to compare it to the kit part. And Eduard has thoughtfully provided a canopy that can be put in the open position. And that's nice, but I think it looks weird. I think it looks like it's way too high up in the air. Okay. So there's the kit part. And now we're going to put in the vacuum formed part that I just trimmed. And you can see how much better it looks, hopefully. I'm going to go back to the kit part again, put that on there so you can see the comparison. Now, if I were any kind of a video maker, I'd have a split screen right here, but I don't, so hey. You're just going to have to use your imagination. Yeah, imagination's required on this a lot. Oh, well, now you can imagine I didn't do that. All right. All right. it's the fingers get sticky while doing this. I'm working up a sweat here. All right, you can see how well that fits. It looks like the actual Spitfire canopy. And yeah, there we go.
Sticky finger.
A little sticky there, no problem. All is well.